You know, our Western mindset of disbelief in the supernatural, I believe, is shifting. I believe people are finding more and more that the relativism and the rationalism of this modern age in which we live has brought them up short. There has to be more. There has to be more to reasoning. There has to be more to life. Because no matter how smart we get, no matter how much knowledge is disseminated, we still hate each other more. We still have more wars. We still have more rumors of war. We still have greater poverty. We still have people in pain. And it doesn't seem as though our rationalism and our relativity is working. So there has to be more. Has to be. I believe the tide is kind of shifting, just like it did in Philip's eyes. The power of prayer. When was the last time you can remember that an answer to specific prayer that you prayed was so real that it just sent chills up and down your spine? When was the last time you had to take a deep breath and say, wow, I didn't expect God to do that. I prayed it, but I didn't expect the prayer to be answered. I asked God to work a wonderful miracle. I asked God to do this. I asked God to do that. I mean, even our elders, even our session, our men on the session, we often pray for people in the spirit of James chapter 5. We anoint them with oil because they're sick. They've called for the church. They've called for the spiritual leaders of the church. And even then, I know all of them. Even while we're sitting there praying over people, we're thinking to ourselves, is God really going to do something here? Is he really going to do something here? First of all, I think that's healthy because it shows that we're mere men, that we don't know what God's going to do. Secondly, it causes a spirit of excitement to stand back and say, let's see what God does. Just the other day, we realized that someone we had prayed for in the spirit of James chapter 5 who was very, very seriously ill, and there didn't seem to be any hope. None whatsoever. We realized some months later that God healed this person. That God healed him. Much to our surprise, God healed him. You see, we're just like Philip in that regard. Why? Because we live in this mindset of disbelief in the supernatural. We don't expect God to land. We don't expect the Holy Spirit to land. We're just standing around going through the exercises, hoping that God lands, hoping the Spirit lands. But when he does, we have to take a step back and say, what happened here? What happened here? You ever had that experience? Are your prayers being answered that way? Is God doing the unnatural, the unheard of, and the non-prescribed in your life right now? Is he doing something in your heart that's not been scripted?